Hello everyone, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's been quite a while. I mean, we've had a few, I think I had one stream recently. Hey, Kiwi, thanks for coming on in. We're going to try to get in maybe 2 flights tonight, maybe 3. We'll see how it goes, but for sure this one. I know the little splash screen there had a helicopter. We're going to be doing this in the X Cub, or in the Cub X, or Cub Crafter X Cub Tundra with the nice big wheels, because we're going to be doing a grass landing somewhere in Liechtenstein. They only have a helipad, and I don't really want to try to land a helicopter at the helipad again. We've had a lot of trouble with that, and we want to be able to fly over to Zurich, and I think it'll just be a little bit quicker in just a regular plane. So we're here at... see if I get... I don't have everything up in front of me that I want. Could be helpful. There we go. Just so I can know where we are. Yeah, we're at St. Gallen, Altenrhein Airport. There. You can see right there we got it. The Altenrhein Aviation. And we're here in Altenrhein, St. Gallen, Switzerland. It's St. Gallen's, I think, a little bit east of here. No, west of here. We'll be taking off about 9 in the morning. Real time, I think it's about probably 10 p.m. The sun has gone down. It's beautiful with the sun setting. But I kind of want to do a day flight here because we're going to be flying over Liechtenstein, then over to Zurich. The arrival airport that I have right now is that helipad in Balzers, Liechtenstein, but we're just going to be landing somewhere where we can find a little bit of area to land, avoid some trees and avoid power lines, and just get touchdown on the ground in Liechtenstein, check it off our list of countries to fly to, and then we'll head up to Zurich to set up for our flight to London Heathrow in the Airbus A320. Here we got the X Cub. Now these paint schemes are all from Bush League Legends. I really like this one. It's kind of simple. And I hear a plane. Yeah, these planes, I'm not sure if my Alpha Indy group traffic is working, but there was a People's A320 or whatever sitting right over here, probably an Embraer, a little bit earlier. Basically in the same spot where we finished our last flight in the People's. But yep, that's going to be our flight. We're going to fly basically down the river into Liechtenstein, find a place to land, and then go up to Zurich. Let's get inside the plane. Turn that music down a little bit. Might not be able to hear it at all, but I want to be able to kind of focus here on getting our plane started. I don't know how to get this one started right off my head. We're just going to kind of do our checks like this. So, flight controls. I'll make sure our flight controls are all free and correct. Well, those rudder pedals don't have a ton of travel in them, do they? Alright. Battery switch on. Mixture lean. Ignition switches off. I don't know where the ignition switches are, and when you do the little eye thing, it does not show you. They're supposed to be off, but they must be on because when you do start it up, you can start up. So I don't know where they are. The one thing that I have yet to be able to find on this. Alternator field right there, that's off. Lights as required, battery switch off. Alright, parking brake is set. Fuel selected to the fullest tank, avionics master switch off. Alright, so we go battery switch on. Ignition switch is on, wherever those are. Prop speed control lever. This one. The max, mixture rich. Throttle full. Fuel pumps on. Here, fuel PSI coming up. Let's see, fuel pressure. Fuel pumps off. Make sure our propeller area is clear. We'll engage the starter. Right there. I want to put my throttle back to up there. we go. Right after starting engine, oil pressure is looking good in the green. Throttle to 1,000 RPM. Alternator on. Avionics master on. Lights as required. Alright. I think what we're going to do here. We don't need an IFR. I like how I can get an IFR clearance in this plane, but I can't get it in some of the other ones I do. We'll just depart straight out.
St. Gallen ground, Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, ready to taxi departing straight out with Quebec.
Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, taxi to and hold short of runway 10 via taxiway Mike November Alpha. Contact tower on 135.4 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 10 using taxiway Mike November Alpha Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Okay, I'm not sure why it's doing this. I put the information in so that it would take us down here first, but for some reason it's taking us to Zurich first, then down there. I don't know why it's doing that. That's what flight planning in Microsoft Flight Simulator does. So we're going to ignore that. We're just going to head down there and, yeah, hopefully don't get lost. Shouldn't be too hard. I want to find the LS. What airport are we at? Why can't I remember? R. I just want to get the chart so I can see it. Yeah. So what runway did they have us? Let's see, they got us for runway 10. That is on this end. Alright. Not going to get too complicated here, but we do need a pushback. I guess it's going to be invisible. And then you can see the Bush League Legends logo right there. Okay, so let's taxi to the runway and get going on this little sightseeing flight to Liechtenstein.
St. Gallen Tower Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, ready at runway 10 straight out departure.
Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, QNH tree 0.0 tree, wind 251 F5. Straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 10.
Cleared for takeoff runway 10 Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Alright, we're in the air. Mess with the trim. Make sure I can figure out which way to get the trim to go. And it's gotten a little hazier, which is, of course, what always happens when I do these flights. It gets cloudy or hazy. Alright, so we are headed, right now, basically, we're into Austria. We're going to head for this river. I think it's this one right here. The one I'm going to want to follow. Oh, no. A little bit further. So right in that valley right there. This is going to be the city of, right in front of us is Holst. And then we're going to be turning down to Lustenau, which is going to be a little bit bigger one on the river. Trying to get the plane trimmed. Probably fly around 2,500 feet to start. Probably stay in the valley. I don't think we want to try to get up over the mountains. As I said, it decides to get all hazy when I do this flight for real. I've probably done this flight just kind of previewing it a few times, you know, probably 3 or 4 times now, and it's usually clear, and then right when we get on stream, the live weather says, nope, not going to cooperate. I guess at least it's not storming, but a little bit hazy. So how's everyone doing? Here in America, it's our Independence Day celebration this weekend.
Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima, leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
And I actually have
St. Gallen Tower Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima, Lima frequency change. Vienna Center Cub Crafters Bravo, Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, is type Cub Crafters CC19 5 miles southeast of St. Gallen, 2,700 feet. Request flight following.
Cub Crafters Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima Vienna Center. Squawk 0667. Vienna Center EZ85 Tree 1 is at flight level 275, climbing flight level 390. Turkish 1907, contact Zurich Center on 126.225. Good day.
Alright, so this is Lustenau
Squawk 0667
on our left.
Hotel Lima Lima.
Basically, this is the border between Switzerland and Austria.
Continue as planned.
And actually, the border is going to follow this little river, I think, kind of loop.
Hotel, 2,200 feet. QNH tree 0.0 tree.
If ATC can kind of be quiet a little bit.
Roger Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
So Switzerland, Austria.
Vienna Center EZ8747 is at flight level 200, climbing flight level tree 70.
I don't think there's any way for me to turn down the...
EZ8747 Vienna Center, continue as planned.
Yeah, Independence Day, it's an excuse, you know, it's in the middle of summer. It's a good, typically 3-day weekend. Like this week I had the weekend off because I work 5 days a week, but every other week I have to work weekends. And so it's 5 days, but sometimes I have to work weekends. This one, didn't have to work the weekend. Was originally scheduled to work the 4th and the 5th. So, literally on the holiday itself. But then, for some reason, schedule changed, and now I have a 5-day weekend.
Vienna Center KLM 15907 is at flight level 255, climbing flight level 350. KLM 15907 Vienna Center, continue as planned.
Yeah, it kind of varies by country, you know, how much, like, the flag is displayed. You know, even the German flag, it's such like a new, you know, in the history, in the scheme of German history, it is such a new symbol, really.
Ryanair 6257, contact Munich Center on 120.65. Good day.
you know, during the Chinese, when they have their national week, their flags they have flags everywhere.
Easy 8909er, Vienna, center QNH tree 0.04. Continue as planned.
Alright, so we're just flying along. What is this river? This is the... Oh, it's the Rhine. Okay.
Going to 120.65 RANR 6257.
So the Rhine must go into the Lake Constance, then comes back out. But basically this is the border between Switzerland and Austria. Austria on our left, Switzerland on our right. We're just going to fly along it.
126.225 for Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Now the interesting thing is right now...
Zurich Center, Cub Crafters Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, 1,900 feet.
Right now there's a ton of space to land right here along the river. Once we get to Liechtenstein, it's a little bit more tricky. So we're gonna see. Hey HATV. Yeah, I wish I could turn off the ATC or just being like. Yeah, AJ, it was. I think my last stream was, what was it, May 16th? I think it was, and then I did a stream on June 16th. I think I got one flight in, and yeah, just been busy. So I'm hoping I can get a few more streams in over this long weekend. And we're working on closing on a house, and so I'll have my own space to be able to do streams. So should be able to get into a rhythm
Vienna Center, Cub Crafters Bravo
at that point.
Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, 1,900 feet.
As much as I can with a shifting schedule, work schedule. But yeah, it should be a little bit back to kind of what it was the past few months.
Don't touch that!
Oh, that scared me.
Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima contact Zurich Center on 126.225. Good day.
Yeah, so we're just flying down to Liechtenstein. I switched from the helicopter into the Cub Crafter. It's like there's a dam right there.
Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, 1,700 feet.
Cub Crafters Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima, Zurich Center QNH tree 0.05. Continue as planned.
I said I was going to fly at 2,500 feet. We're kind of down 1,800. Hey, Tyler T. Welcome in. Glad you could make it. I'm not sure what the weather is today. But yeah, I switched to day shift, so that's why I got a nice tan going here. And I switched to day shift, and then as soon as I switched to day shift, summer decided to kick in. 115 degree days. Trying to think what that is in Celsius. I think 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, I want to say. If I'm remembering right, from China.
Eurolink 7761 contact center on 127.6.
Right. I think...
Good day. Zurich
What?
Center, Swiss 400,
Yep. We are now flying.
2,100 feet climbing, flight level 40.
So to our right is Switzerland, right of the river. And right over here is Liechtenstein.
Continue as planned.
Now, much of Liechtenstein is actually dominated by that mountain range right there. We're not going to fly up into the mountain range. I probably couldn't make it. Probably end up crashing into the side of the mountain. We'll kind of go over here a little bit. Kind of these foothills.
Good day.
But yeah, most of Liechtenstein, most of the population, most of the roads and farms, and obviously are right here in the valley, the Rhine Valley.
120.65 for RYNAIR tree 872. Blowing 8652 traffic is 3 o'clock, 4 miles at 9,900 feet Boeing. Report them in sight. Moonflower 6 tree 2 heavy traffic is 9 o'clock, 4 miles at 7,900 feet Airbus A320. Report them in sight. L652 have the Boeing in sight.
Kind of want to pull up some Liechtenstein information. So this is the Principality of Liechtenstein, and it is a constitutional monarchy headed by the Prince of Liechtenstein. That's why it's a principality versus a kingdom, obviously. Bordered by Switzerland to the west and south, Austria to the east and north, and it's Europe's 4th smallest country with an area just over 160 square kilometers. Population 38,749, so just about 40,000 people. Divided into 11 municipalities. Capital is Vaduz. The largest municipality is Schaan. And is one of only 2 doubly landlocked countries in the world. That means that is surrounded by countries that are landlocked. Switzerland and Austria are both landlocked countries. And then they, in turn, surround Liechtenstein, so it's a doubly landlocked country. The other country in the world that happens to is Uzbekistan.
Swiss Tree 48, contact Munich Center on
Which we probably won't get to Uzbekistan until sometime next year, at the earliest. So we are actually just coming up on Schaan, right below us. I look down into the cockpit, as if that's going to help. Actually, what I need to do is I need to start kind of looking for a good long field that we can land in, just to say that we landed in Liechtenstein. So it's the 4th smallest country in Europe. I would say, Vatican, San Marino, Monaco, and then I would guess Liechtenstein. Andorra. I don't know if they count San Marino and Vatican. Because I would say it'd be the 5th. I just named off 4 of them. Like Andorra. Be smaller. And you see, we kind of start running out of options as it gets a little narrow here towards the south of the country. Mountain range comes in.
Lima, have the traffic.
Now I did try to do like put the floats on the plane. Could have landed in the river, but I think if I landed in the river, it wouldn't count me as landing in Liechtenstein if we didn't get in the perfect spot. So
going to 124.4, blowing 8652.
Elme Airby, welcome. We're going to be attempting a landing here. See, on the Swiss side, it seems like there's some longer fields. There's actually a decent looking field right there. To our left. Start slowing down. And probably crash. Maybe right in front of us. Kind of go for there. Got that tree line. There's a clump of trees, but we can stay to the right of that. M7. I'll call you just M7. Yeah, that makes sense. That works. So, I don't typically land on the grass, but we'll see how this goes.
Good day.
Are you going to jump over to Twitch? Awesome. Yeah, I'm on Twitch and YouTube. But yeah, any help on Twitch is awesome, and if you're on YouTube, just hit that subscribe button.
Zurich Center with Air 4324 is passing 8,400 feet, climbing 9,500 feet. With Air 4324,
oh, no.
Zurich, Center QNH tree 0.10, continue as planned.
I hit the brakes too hard. Thanks for the follow. I always do that. I forget that I can't hit the brakes that hard in this plane. Is there a way to... I don't think there is. Is there a way for me to... Come on. I feel like I figured out once. Oh, I should have left. I should have gone on multiplayer so you guys could join me on this flight. Plane tired. Well, I believe that's going to count as landing here. Let me just double check. Why doesn't that count? Oh, maybe I have to.
With Air 4324, contact Vienna Center on 124.4. Good day.
Okay, there we go.
Express 9060, you are 82 miles southeast.
When's my next flight? Well, once I figure out how to get this plane, I'll probably just slew this back into a position so we can take off. I'm gonna fly from this field, and we're gonna fly up to Zurich, and that'll technically be the same flight here. And then once we're up in Zurich, we'll do slew. We'll get into the A320 and we'll fly up to Heathrow. I'm not sure if I have Heathrow activated. I just have to double check that. But I'm planning on doing that flight right after this one. I'll probably have to be a little intermission to get things set up. So let me just do a few switches here. Since we're doing a new leg, so to speak, of this flight. Alright, there we go. So now our destination, everything's going to change. Because we're going to be flying up to Zurich. There we go. Anything else I need to change? Alright, I'll try to remember to put the multiplayer on so that you guys can all see each other. 124.4 Express, there we go. There you go. That's all you got to do. Hit Y. Your plane will right itself. And I'm going to give it a little speed. Get back up in the air.
124.4 for Moonflower, 6-3, 2 heavy.
We'll turn around and give ourselves some room here. I probably could have taken off with what's left. Ooh, is there a glider, or is that like a payware that you added? I know I've watched Flying Fabio do a glider, but I believe that's in actually a different game. Oh no! Oh no! Pretty realistic. Oh, cool. Alright, here we go. Take off and we'll turn around and fly the rest of the length of Liechtenstein and then turn up towards Zurich. DG808. Yeah, I am so, like, I just don't have enough time to, like, keep up on what's going on. I'll try out all the different planes.
Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima is Type Cub Crafters CC19 6 miles north of Lima Sierra Zulu Echo 1,800 feet.
I thought I'd have more time switching to day shift, but I actually ends up with me having less time.
Squawk 7504 Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima radar contact 6 miles north of Lima Sierra Zulu Echo 2,200 feet. QNH tree 0.10. Channel 695 traffic is 8 o'clock 4 miles at 2,200 feet Cub Crafters CC19.
Alright, so we're coming up on the southern tip of Liechtenstein here. This is Balzers. I think.
Zurich Center, Lufthansa 18108.
I don't know if I can spot it.
Lufthansa 1810, Zurich Center.
I think the helipad might be right there.
Continue as planned.
Oh, maybe not. Somewhere down here. Oh, right over here.
Channel 695 has a Cub Crafters CC19 in sight.
So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to, once we cross the river, we'll be back in Switzerland. We're going to kind of follow in here, go through the valley up to Zurich.
Continue as planned.
That was Liechtenstein. Again, much of it is dominated by the mountains. And then obviously there's these valleys. That's typically where much of the population resides. Always nice to get into a smaller plane every once in a while and do some lower level flying. I did a little, just for fun, in my free time, not streaming. I did around Seattle, and that was really cool.
Good day.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to follow this highway. For some reason, it looks like it turns into water right there. We're going to follow this highway. We're going to come up on Lake Valensay. And then that'll take us up to Obersee. And that'll take us all the way to Zurich. Just kind of follow this valley all the way up. Yeah, it looks like another canal, river. I always like to point out the power lines. You can see them on our left. You see the red and white balls. Those power lines and those red and white balls, and also like solar panels in certain places. It's actually a mod. I think I have it in my mod list, but and actually what I have to do is I have to create a mod list that's linked out. It's not just on YouTube. I need to have like a Google spreadsheet and do that. Eventually I'll get around to doing that. But it's really cool because the power lines are where they should be. Because and in certain areas, obviously they'll have the warning little balls on them to warn for low-flying aircraft and all that. Really cool. A really cool freeware mod. It covers, I think he covers most of Europe now and has started covering America as well.
Good day. 124.4 Easy 7085. 124.4 for Alpine 10907.
Ooh, we got some. Looking at the radar, and there are some heavy storms just to the south of us. Should miss it unless the storms are moving in this direction, in which case we're going to be in trouble, because they are some pretty nasty looking weather.
Bird 25906, contact Milan Center on 124.9025. Good day.
Alright, so we're gonna come up. We're coming up on Wallenstadt.
Traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles
Right
at
here.
8,800 feet Airbus A320. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 1810 traffic.
I think in reality, I would look this direction. I'd probably see some nice dark clouds forming.
Report them in sight.
Otherwise, the weather looks pretty decent.
6 o'clock, less than 1 mile, 8,800 feet Airbus A320. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 1810 traffic in sight.
Yeah, so been busy with switching to day shift. I got sick towards the end of May. That's why there was that big gap between the May stream, last May stream, and then the only stream I did in June. I was sick and then just working. Then basically after that stream in June, we kind of got busy house hunting. We did make a purchase of a house, and now we're just getting everything set up. Oh, the glider. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at this area. Look at this lake. That's amazing. Those reflections. Not perfect, but it looks pretty good. Notice that the kind of the weather, the wind turbulence is kind of eased up on the plane. Also, once we got over the lake.
Zurich Center QNH tree 0.06. Continue to Amiki as planned. Zurich Zurich Center, Lufthansa 1822 is passing 2,100 feet, climbing 10,000 feet. Lufthansa 1822 Zurich Center QNH tree 0.06, continue as planned. Lufthansa 247 traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at 4,800 feet, Boeing 737. Report them in sight.
I just want the autopilot for my altitude.
1126 traffic is 11 o'clock 3 miles at 6,800 feet, Airbus A320. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 1810 traffic is 2 o'clock 2 miles at 7,700 feet, Airbus. Report them in sight. Traffic is 6 o'clock 2 miles at 4,000 feet, Airbus A321. Report them in sight.
Looks like we're good on fuel, so I was a little worried about the fuel on this flight.
Traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at 7,000 feet, Boeing 737. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 1822 have the Boeing 737 in sight. Sun Express 960 have the Airbus A321 in sight.
Yeah, so just a really quick flight to Liechtenstein there. We landed. And now we're going to get a nice little view, nice little flight over Switzerland.
Report them in sight. Lufthansa 260 traffic is 1 o'clock 3 miles at 3,700 feet, Airbus A321. Report them in sight. Lufthansa 260
Yeah, that weather,
A321
the weather should be moving, but again, the Microsoft Live weather is a little bit late. So while the radar is showing it's kind of moving into this direction, I think we should be landed and good to go before it hits us. But our next flight, if the weather is doing what I think it's doing, it's coming towards Zurich, we're going to be socked in with some nice storms as we take off. So yeah, smokestack ahead of us. That's courtesy of We Love VFR. Adds in a lot of VFR points. Again, those power lines looking great down there. Yep, I'm getting excited about power lines. But it just adds that little extra bit of realism, especially when you're doing the VFR flying. Obviously, if you're at 35,000 feet or so, it's not as big a deal. But you're down here flying. Really cool. Hey, Oliver Smith! Long time no see, but that's mostly my fault. Wow, this valley kind of opens up, doesn't it? Alright, so we're going to follow... That's called Linth. This Linth Canal. That's going to take us up to Obersee. And I believe Obersee goes all the way up to Zurich. Yep, just a nice long lake. A little bit more turbulence after we come off of Waldersee, the lake. Man, this has got to be the flattest area of Switzerland I've seen. Yeah, Oliver, I had it actually worked out perfectly by the time I finally got back in the stream or got a stream in.
25 for Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
My last stream was on May 16th, and I did another one on June 16th, and then it's been since June 16th. So few and far between right now, but I am planning to at least get in another flight tonight after this one, and then hopefully get a couple flights in tomorrow. And I also have the 5th and the 6th off, so my wife's gonna is gonna want to practice. Look at this plane. I feel like all the Alpha Indy Group traffic planes are flying way too low right now. I don't know if it's just at this height, because I feel like you should be a lot higher, because Zurich is not that close. There we can see the Oder-Zee. A little bit of rain forming. There should be some dark clouds to our south, because there is some serious weather coming in. Hey, Patrick. As I was saying, Oliver, it's just been a while, but I have a 5-day weekend here. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. Wednesday will be a little bit busy, and I don't know if I'll get any streams in. Maybe get one in the evening, but for sure tomorrow, or hopefully tomorrow, I can get a couple flights in. And I think on the 5th, I can really dedicate some time to it. But right now, we just got a lot of stuff going on. Looking for houses, or working on closing on a house. My wife wants to practice for her road test for driving for the car. She has her test on the 6th. On the 6th in the morning, we have 6-month checkup for Elishua. So obviously, today's a little bit relaxed because my dad's just smoking some pork shoulder butts, and my mom's making a ton of pies and whatever. So I think today I should be able to get at least a couple flights in, maybe 3. We'll see what the time looks like. Elishua and my wife are taking a nap right now. A very interesting little that weather right there in front of us. So this is Oder-Zee right in front of us. We're just going to follow that all the way up to Zurich. So yeah, the primary point of this flight was to fly to Liechtenstein, and most of this flight, though, was going to be spent just flying over Switzerland. Yeah, I was thinking, should have gone to the beach today. And that might be what happens tomorrow. We might go to the beach in the morning, do that. So, like I said, tomorrow might not be any opportunity to fly, just because we'll do stuff during the day, and then obviously in the evening, afternoon, we'll have, family will be coming over, and we'll just be having a whole, doing the 4th of July things. But I do also have off Tuesday and Wednesday, so. And then, we'll play it by ear going forward. Once I get into the new house and I have my own kind of setup, the streaming, I can hopefully be able to set up a nice, solid schedule for streaming. Yeah, whenever I get over the lake, we lose a lot of that turbulence goes away. See, I'm not even touching the stick right now, and it's kind of cruising along. Right there, that's going to be the city of... Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, it's going to be Rapperswil. And that is actually now in... Oh no, that's still Switzerland. Yep, we're very much in Switzerland. Got a little rainbow forming, and with that rain just ahead of us. Yeah, rain's... Oh, yeah, it started. It is moving. Big storm cell moving this direction, so definitely our next flight, we are going to be experiencing all of this. It's surprisingly not as dark as it probably really is over in that direction. But yeah, you can start seeing some of that weather coming over the mountains there. So I think we should be able to land and hopefully not catch any of the rain as we're landing, but for our next flight in the A320, we're going to be taking off in some rain, I think. There's a nasty storm, I mean, it's a really nasty one on the radar. A few big ones south of us. There is one that's headed straight to Zurich and probably will be sitting right over Zurich as we're preparing for our flight. Just to the east right now. Pull that up. That's what I'm talking about right there. There's that nasty one. So, I mean, it's white. That's how bad it is. And that's going to be headed this direction. And there's the airport right there. Got some nasty ones down there too. Again, remember the Microsoft, the live weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator is a little bit behind. So, yeah. So if you guys want to join in next flight, I'll turn on the multiplayer and everything, and I'm not an expert with the whole multiplayer and all that stuff yet. At some point I'll figure out the whole concept of the group flights and just multiplayer. Like, I think if I do a group flight, and I know there's some way you can do group flight, or I've seen flights where one person can control the weather and the time of day and all that. Yeah, see, it doesn't look as bad as it should, probably. Maybe, a little bit. Yeah, you'd think it would look a lot darker over that direction, but that's probably where those big storm cells are. 'Cause there's the airport. You can actually start seeing some other planes flying around. Yeah, that's typically what I do. I just jump in multiplayer, and you're gonna get the random people flying around like goofballs and whatever. But yeah, I've watched some streams where they're doing a group flight and one person changes the time of day and it changes for everyone. So, but it doesn't matter to me. Up to you guys when you want to do, what time of day you want to do your flights. Let me see, when's the schedule for this flight? One going up to London, I mean. 12:05, so it's going to be a afternoon flight. Now this area is pretty cool because it's not just flat valley, it kind of slopes up the hills here. Really cool. Because we flew into Zurich, but we didn't really fly, obviously, a little tour here. So I guess we're going to get our little mini tour of Zurich. I kind of got away from doing that, doing the low and slow flights over these cities, but maybe I need to get back into it. Like I said, once I get into a rhythm and have it all set up the way I want to do it. Because it's kind of fun to get low and slow, even if these are not all photo realistic. It looks pretty good though. Yep. Yeah, when I scheduled these flights, for some reason I had myself going from St. Gallen to Liechtenstein then back, and then a flight from St. Gallen to London, but it's like, that's not a real flight. And I don't know if I just said, ah, well, who cares, let's fudge it. But then I decided, no, we're going to do the real flight, we're going to make sure we go where we should really fly. And even though the St. Gallen airport, that is a beautiful freeware airport, Zurich is also a beautiful airport and is much better suited for taking off and landing large passenger aircraft. If you saw my flight into St. Gallen, as I'm landing, I'm already hitting the warning lines for 1,000 feet remaining on the runway. It's just putting out all the reversers and everything and just trying to get slowed down. It was kind of like my landing, but I think I did that landing in a CRJ, those ones on like the Isle of Man or Guernsey, those ones where it was really short. So it's kind of funny. I have the charts in front of me and I don't really read them. Like internalize this, like, oh yeah, this runway is very short. Bahrain. Have I been to Bahrain? What is Bahrain? I know, I feel like I have. I must have. Bahrain. Let's see, Bahrain. What is Bahrain? I don't know, dude. I'll have to check my... I can't remember Bahrain, the airport, but that's good to hear. A nice soft landing. Alright, so here we are, Zurich, and I'm guessing this is all going to be photogrammetry, so we'll do a little tour of Zurich. You can kind of see where it becomes the photogrammetry and where it's kind of the stock buildings. Beautiful little rainbow there. Let's get a screenshot of that. Rainbows in simulator are always cool. See the church steeples. Yeah, after flying in Europe so much, I kind of missed landing at those airports like in Bahrain and Oman and you know, there's all those Middle Eastern airports where it's like, you know, the desert, the sandy colors. Obviously, when you're flying in, those are the only ones you're landing at. You can kind of board. It's kind of the nature of the world tour, the way I've got it set up. I don't know what stadium that is, and I can't really look. What's this over here? Oh, okay. Where did I fly from? The other direction. Or where did you fly from to Bahrain, and where was I going Bahrain to where? I don't have it right at my fingertips, and I don't remember it. That's one I don't remember. What is the airport? The airport is OBBI. I remember that airport, the call sign. But, oh, we're hitting the rain. That storm cell's coming in. Sorry. Muscat, Bahrain, next is Cairo. Awesome. Did I fly back into Cairo in Flight Sim on this tour? I think I did. Because basically, I ended my X-Plane tour in Cairo. That's right when I got Microsoft Flight Simulator. Then I flew out of Cairo, did a whole bunch of flights, and then I kind of started the whole thing over, I think, randomly in the middle of Africa. Because I wanted to share it with you guys, with YouTube videos and streams. So, technically, Cairo didn't count, and so I must have gone back there. I don't know what this area is, but pretty cool looking park, it looks like. A lot of these trees are, again, Bijan Habashi's 4 season pack trees. Currently using the late spring, early summer packed. And they really shine in the city areas. Alright, there's the airport. I think that's a power plant right there. Alright, so let's talk to ATC and get our clearance.
Dubendorf Tower Cub Crafters Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima is 3 miles south, 2,000 feet, with Quebec to land.
Cub Crafters Bravo Sierra Hotel Lima Lima Dubendorf Tower. QNH 30.09er, wind 112 at 7. Make right traffic runway 16.
Enter right traffic runway 16 Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Alright, 16. I think we were already facing that. Again, you can see those power lines and the little warning balls on them going right along that canal. I think that's going to be the runway right there. Whoa! We got a plane taking off. I don't think that's the runway. Planes are coming this way. Direction are we going? No, yeah, we're definitely going the wrong direction. So we gotta get all to the other side. So 16, yeah, that's probably runway 34 right there. Could be 32. That might be. I just get a. Thinking that's 16. But now I see a plane facing the other direction. See that? So, yeah. Yeah, for sure, X-Last. Put that link up. I want to check that out. Like, do you have, like, your routes all on a map, or just, like, where you've been? Because I've never done the whole route thing. I'd love to do that. You know, what I'd love to do is have like the actual route that's been tracked by Volanta, but I think that'd be a little hard to composite. But maybe even if I just drew lines from point to point, or just looked on my Volanta and showed it. Okay, let me click on that, get that loading up. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, you did it on the. Is that Google? Yeah. I think I did have something set up like this, but when I think I did it in, or no, I had one set up. It was actually pulling the data directly from Project Fly, which was what I was using before Volanta. But it got it was very heavy, especially with over like 100 flights. And I don't know if I have the proper data now through Volanta to do it, but that's really cool the way, you know, do you need the exact route? No. It's kind of cool to just see, okay, I went from this airport to this airport. Oh, cool, you got to some of the places we're going to be going to. Faroe Islands, Reykjavik, in Iceland. A few places I haven't gone. Like you went to Cork. That's cool.
Cleared to land runway 16 number 2 Cub Crafters Hotel Lima Lima.
Alright, so now I got a better look at this airport. I think this is going to be, yeah, 16 is going to be on the right. Turn. Yeah, it's so interesting when you're doing these world tours, and you kind of are in the Middle East. You're just knocking out all those Middle Eastern countries, especially if you start over. Like I started in New Zealand and X-Plan, and once I start getting over to the Middle East, knocking all those out, getting closer to Africa and Europe, I'm like, you just kind of get this sense of, okay, what am I doing now? But really cool, starting to go places. Yeah, hey, it's always cool. I mean, there's so many places to fly in here. Obviously, it's the whole world, and X-Plane and Prepare 3D are the whole world also. But the way this is modeled, it's just such an advancement, and There's just not enough time to fly everywhere. Okay, I'm guessing. Guess we're coming in behind this plane. This airliner. So, considering that it should be going faster than us, we shouldn't have any trouble with jet wash or passing it up. We're going 92 knots. That plane is probably landing at about 130, at least. What is he doing? Looks like he's going around now. We're at kind of a little bit shallow here. Well, the way it was doing the exact routes is that you could import from Project Fly, you could import the XML file or whatever it was. You could import it into Google Maps and it would literally map out exactly the route that you had taken. Yeah, otherwise you could do it by coordinates or all that stuff. Yeah, that'd be just ridiculous. Why do you want me to go around? Who's on the runway? Oh, I see something on the runway. We're not going around though. Alpha Indy group traffic sometimes. They take a long time to get off the runway.
Cub Crafters, Hotel Lima Lima, did you copy?
Nope, I didn't. I mean, I know in reality I should go around, but
Cub Crafters, Hotel Lima Lima, did you hear my last transmission?
I should have gotten off there. I did not. I'm a little busy. A little busy right now.
Cub Crafters, Hotel Lima Lima, you were not cleared to land.
I
Clear
know.
the runway.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, why did I lose? What just happened? Plane just decided to spin around. I know, I'm trying to get off the runway here. I don't know why it did that.
Cub Crafters, Hotel Lima Lima, ATC services terminated. Good day.
Yeah, I think that was one reason I didn't want to go to the beach today. Probably don't want to go to the beach tomorrow either. Just too busy. Alright, I want to try to figure out where we should actually park here. Because obviously we're not an airliner. There's general aviation. That's just gonna be the main terminal over there. I think over there should be some general aviation parking. Yeah, I haven't flown into Iceland yet. I know there was a while back there was like a whole Iceland mod overhaul. I don't know if that's useful anymore. But yeah, I haven't flown Iceland at all. I've taken screenshots for obviously for the thumbnails, but otherwise haven't flown it yet. So I'm looking forward to getting over there. We're gonna fly into Iceland a few times as we bounce between Faroe Islands, Greenland, and then from there we'll, from Iceland we're gonna fly probably, I think it's going to be a 6-hour flight, so I'm going to have to plan very carefully what day I do that on. And, uh-oh. And of course, the simulator decides to crash. Awesome. We are going to be flying to Heathrow. Don't tell me you're too blind to see. What? What do you mean too blind to see? Well, that's awesome. Alright, so I'm going to get the sim started back up again. Actually, quickly, I'm going to open up add-ons linker to make sure that we have the add-ons and everything that I need. Gotta make you understand. Make me understand what? Oh, the air conditioning decided to turn off, so now it's getting hot in here. Alright, scenery. I want to double check that I have Heathrow loaded in. I don't think there's been an update to Heathrow lately, so should be good on that. Gatwick has been getting a lot of updates recently. And we'll be flying, we're going to fly down, or we're going to fly to Heathrow, and then Heathrow we're going to go down to Gibraltar, and then back to London, but we're going to go to Gatwick on that one. So we can see both of the London airports, or at least the bigger ones that are tons of mods. Alright, so, did it start yet? Oh no, I didn't. Okay, restarting the sim. While we're doing that, I'm just going to get the next flight start. Get stuff set up for the next flight. Well, and actually, perfect time to just go, well, interrupting myself talking. Okay, so, oh no. Oh. No. Not that again. Alright, let's take a little, I just wanna, where am I? I just want to make sure we end the world tour. There was our flight we just did. Kind of hard to see the lakes and stuff with the weather, but there you can see that weather coming in. And I don't know, it's kind of breaking up, so maybe by the time we get loaded in and get the plane started and ready to taxi, this storm will have moved on. And you can see the flight we did right before. Flights. You can see the flight we did up from St. Gallen, just on Lake Constance, down the river, over to Liechtenstein right there. Landed at 18 feet per minute, so not a terrible landing there. And then here at the airport, 119 feet per minute. With the sock on the microphone. Well, maybe once I get set up in the new place, we'll see about that. Alright, and before we start, let's show off the world map and all the countries we've been to. Back the way. Come up. Alright, so that's all the countries we've been to so far on this world tour. There is Liechtenstein, sandwiched between Switzerland and Austria. It's a double landlocked country. And Liechtenstein. There it is. Alright, so we're going to fly up to England, and then we're going to be flying down to Little Gibraltar right there on the tip of Spain. Alright, so I'm going to set up the next flight, so we're going to go to intermission screen for those of you on Twitch, and for those of you on YouTube, we're going to end the stream, and then I'll send you the link right here to the next stream. 1 second. Should have this stuff on hand right away, but not always. Go quicker, go slow. Alright, there's the link for the next stream, where we're going to be flying from, not St. Gallen, but we're going to actually be flying from Zurich, so the thumbnail's wrong. I'll have to update those thumbnails, but that is where we're going to be flying. So here we go to the intermission, and I will see you in a bit.